Coming up, the Tzu Chi Thailand Chapter completes large-scale winter relief distribution in Chiang Mai. Tzu Chi's Jing's product lines gain recognition at the 8th International Invention Fair in the Middle East. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Dennis Wu. Thank you for joining us. The Tzu Chi Thailand Chapter recently completed a winter relief distribution for nearly 15,000 people at the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School. Besides Tzu Chi volunteers and the school students, a group of hairstylists and doctors also came to offer aid recipients their services.
It is cold this morning in Chiang Mai, but the day is filled with hope. Tzu Chi is holding a winter distribution here, and many people have arrived on time.
The Tzu Chi Thailand Chapter and Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School are holding a joint winter distribution for 2015.
Upon seeing the elderly or disabled, the volunteers and the students quickly bring over a chair for them. Bread and water are also served to people to stay warm. Poor people from Phan and Mai Ai districts are also here for the supplies that will keep them warm.
Families with more people can pick up more goods. Families with fewer people can pick up less. Every family can receive blankets, winter clothing, socks, and other goods. I feel Tzu Chi's distribution can give people the best assistance.
I received some winter clothing, socks for children and adults, and also one blanket. These are very warm.
Inside the school, members of Phan District Hairstylists Association are providing free haircuts, while doctors from the Blue and White Medical Services Association are holding a free clinic.
Our organization shares the same ideal as Tzu Chi. There are only slight differences, but most importantly is that we all love the locals and want to help them.
Because of the help from these volunteers, people in northern Thailand have the strength to fight back the cold winter.
Over to the Caribbean to help Haitians celebrate Christmas, Tzu Chi volunteers from the United States and their counterparts in Haiti completed the final rice distribution for 2015 recently in the slum of La Saline in Port-au-Prince. In the end, 2,000 people went home with rice from Taiwan. In Haiti's Port-au-Prince, bags and bags of rice are being loaded onto a truck from this warehouse. For Tzu Chi is holding the final rice distribution in 2015, right before Christmas.
We have 2,000 bags of rice inside the warehouse. Actually, we don't have enough people working here, but for our countrymen, we're giving our best.
Unfortunately, several bags of rice broke apart while they were being transported. Local volunteers cherish every grain by picking them up and taking them home to eat. On the day of the distribution, some 2,000 people flocked to the little schools of Father Bonin in La Saline in an orderly fashion, and in just several hours, volunteers were able to complete the day's work.
My husband passed away 7 years ago. I have been raising my 7 children on my own by working odd jobs here and there. Thank you for the rice to feed my children.
This rice will help us out a lot. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
As the distribution coincides with Haiti's election day, a group of special police is present to help maintain order.
Tzu Chi is here to help, to give food to those people. We love what we are doing with you and we will continue.
We have many people to thank, especially Haiti's special police for maintaining order during the distribution. We must also thank our local volunteers for helping us complete this year's final rice distribution.
Poverty has caused famine and social instability here in Haiti. Hopefully, this rice from Taiwan that Tzu Chi distributed can help bring about positive change to the country. Tzu Chi volunteers in China are gearing up for the upcoming winter relief distributions across the country, which first started in 2004. But in truth, preparation began way earlier, as besides conducting home visitations to check on each receiving household's condition, volunteers also had to secure suppliers who will provide the goods to be distributed. Here's more. In Xiamen, China, Tzu Chi is signing a contract with suppliers who will be providing goods for the upcoming winter relief distribution.
As our love grows, so does the scale of our distribution. We don't just go off the list the government gives us. We will first visit each household.
These grain and daily necessity suppliers will still make a profit. However, it is not just all business for them either.
It is not simply about how much stuff you give to them. More importantly, as you give these supplies to them, you are also empowering them with your love.
在合作上面，大家的这种配合，真的是把这个当成一个事业，当成一个爱的传递。
Although the actual distribution may be over in just a day or two, preparation began 2 months ago, with Tzu Chi volunteers first visiting each of the vendors.
你这个还可以提高一点自动化。
After the distribution is over, it will take another month to complete the inventory and accounting, which means 1/3 of a year is spent on preparing for a typical winter relief distribution. Over these years, these vendors have made a reasonable profit while collaborating with Tzu Chi, and have also cultivated good affinities with those on the receiving end. Myanmar was hit by serious floods in summer this year. It was so severe that 12 out of 14 provinces were affected from June to August. Tzu Chi volunteers went to these disaster areas many times to survey the extent of damage. Then, on December 10th, the volunteers went to Tai Ki Township to deliver rice seed vouchers to almost 3,000 farmers so that they could receive free rice seeds this past Saturday.
Leaving from Yangon at 5:30 in the morning, Tzu Chi volunteers traveled for 3 hours before reaching Tai Ki. The volunteers had taken this route many times during the floods between June and August. But this time, they brought rice seeds vouchers for farmers affected by the flood.
The floods have worsened the lives of many farmers. Some even had to sell their farmland to pay back debts. Therefore, the master told us to give them rice seeds, which is like the timely rain.
Wearing her bamboo hat, this farmer already lost 16 acres of her paddies to the flood once. Turning to a loan shark to secure more rice seeds, she once again lost her fields to the flood, so now she works in a construction site to make a living.
When I poured cement standing high up on the scaffold, my legs just couldn't stop shaking because I had never done that kind of work before, but I have a debt to pay back.
Without a choice, she can only endure like most of the farmers here today. Now, thanks to Tzu Chi, she and her family's life will improve.
The rice seeds distribution is very helpful to me, or I must borrow money again to buy rice seeds. The 6-month interest for $460 is $46. Now I don't have to borrow any more money or doubt with other sturdy look when borrowing money.
We're very happy to run into you good people who are here to help us overcome our problem.
Smiles have now returned to this family. Surely, they will be able to cultivate a brighter future together.
In Myanmar, Tzu Chi volunteers discovered a deserted library in Tanapin during a home visitation. To help the children in the village learn better, Tzu Chi then started a book drive for the library and cleaned up its environment. With their efforts, local children can now enjoy reading in the library, which broadens their horizon. At this place, children can listen to stories, draw on the desks, or pick comics, novels, textbooks, or even English books from the shelves.
English books are also available. Since English is the international language, these books will help students with their schoolwork.
At the only library in the village, children's laughter can be heard again. For a while, this library had been deserted, until Tzu Chi volunteers came by doing a home visitation, inspiring Tzu Chis to begin a book drive for the library.
Soliciting books is very difficult, but the master said with great vows comes great strength. With our faith, we work hard.
To help reopen the library, Tzu Chi sorted the books before shelving them. They also cleaned up the library with the local children. In addition, the college students in the village have started to maintain the library.
I hope this library will always be here. I come whenever I can to maintain every book here. I will also help take care of this environment with all the children.
Now that they can read more books, the village children's scopes can be broadened, enabling them to pursue a more promising future. In today's Master's teaching, Master Jing reminds all that the continuous perversion of the human hearts will only lead to more disasters in the world.
常常说，人心不调和，那就是人祸啊，造成了苦难人多，难民不断的冒着生命危险，而且冒着大风雨、大雪纷飞，都是要逃，为了求生命的延续。那未来的生活如何过不知道，但是已经靠岸了啦。他们呢，就会很庆幸的欢喜，这实在是人呐，求生的欲望呢，真的是很强哦。这样的韧力呢，实在也很令人敬佩啊。有生命，就是要重视、珍重生命。不要呢，把有生命的，就是空白人生浪费掉。加拿大呢，那慈济人呐，跟当地的救世军呢合作，已经是20年了。这20年的时间呐，每个月呢都会去提供的中国料理，去供应给街友。那这1个月冬，而且呢，慈济人呐，还要再加上呢厚衣礼物呢，给他们，让他们呢有一个温暖的冬天。这都是人间的温情，人生本来就是那样的互相的爱的互动，这才真是人生的价值。
Tzu Chi's Jing's product lines designed to better help its volunteers carry out disaster relief were on display at the 8th International Invention Fair in the Middle East, held in Kuwait last month. This past Sunday, the chairman of Taiwan Invention Association brought the awards that these products have won at the fair in Kuwait and also Seoul International Invention Fair 2015 to Master Zeng Yan in Hualien.
With a simple motion, the all-in-one Jing multifunctional tent can be set up in less than 30 seconds. It is not only easy to carry, putting it away is a cinch as well.
A typical camping tent or mosquito tent come with a standalone bag. However, ours is hidden right within the cap here. That way you won't ever lose your bag.
The unique storage mechanism of the tent received a special award at the 8th International Invention Fair in the Middle East held in Kuwait this year. Besides that, the Jing table, chair, and bed also each received an award.
As we conduct disaster relief, those on the front lines will need something easy to carry. Our medical personnel and volunteers will need a proper shelter. With a multi-purpose tent, they can be protected from mosquitoes too.
Tzu Chi's Jing product lines are designed to help with the charity's disaster relief missions and have already earned numerous accolades internationally. While meeting with Master Jing, the chairman of Taiwan Invention Association praised the aspiration of these inventions.
The president of International Federation of Inventors Association very much identifies with the Tzu Chi's design principle. Not only is the invention meant to help people, it is also environmentally friendly. As this is a great idea to share with other countries, he has given us a special award for contributing to peace and charity.
By combining compassion and wisdom, out comes these inventions, which also help the world see the goodness that is in Taiwan.
Also on Sunday, 19 dentists, 13 dental assistants, and 86 volunteers arrived at the Geelong branch of Genesis Social Welfare Foundation to help clean the teeth of paralyzed and handicapped residents. Some of the residents haven't had their teeth cleaning in more than a decade, which increases the risk of developing heart disease and diabetes.
The gums of these people with severe cavities bleed easily, as Tima dentists give them a teeth cleaning because they're either paralyzed or handicapped, and thus are not able to properly care for their teeth.
To brush their teeth will take longer compared to normal people, and is thus often neglected. Pretty much all of their gums are inflamed. Some even suffer periodontitis, which will go on to affect their upper respiratory system and lungs.
Without maintaining proper oral hygiene, bacteria may enter the bloodstream and travel throughout the body, thus increasing the risk of developing heart disease and diabetes. The dentists say simply wiping the teeth with a cotton swab is not enough.
When we brush our teeth, the toothbrush must be placed at a 45-degree angle along the gum line, so you can reach the root of each tooth. Also, people often neglect to brush the inside surface of their teeth, so we have to remind them to brush behind each tooth.
The dentists say plaque tends to build up around lingual and palatal area of the mouth, so people should remember to brush thoroughly. Add regular flossing in between teeth, and everyone should be able to keep cavity at bay. Inside the Geelong branch of Genesis Social Welfare Foundation, Dr. Guo Haoshen from Hong Kong, who has 30 years of experience, has been working on a comatose patient for nearly an hour.
This is a lot harder than it looks because we have to maneuver our body according to their position. Slowly, your hands and then your waist will start to ache, but you still have to remain still, as these patients are suffering too, by giving us the chance to serve them. So I feel that I must thank them.
Dr. Guo says the sense of accomplishment makes the aches and pains bearable. To help ease his patient's worry, Dr. Li Yibang carefully explains how the tooth extraction is to be performed. As one of the founders of providing dental care for the paralyzed, Dr. Li came up from Hualien to share his experiences.
After taking the first step, we realized that if we are very careful, then we won't put patients in harm's way, but help them instead. So our fear in the beginning quickly turned to joy, and now I happily pass on my experiences to these dentists, so we can help more patients.
Through providing guidance and suggestions from the side, Dr. Li is making sure that these patients are getting quality service, which is what motivates him to continue. He's thankful for the 9 dentists, 13 dental assistants, and 86 volunteers for making today's clinic a success.
With the year nearing its end, Tzu Chi volunteers around the world have begun holding year-end blessing ceremonies, delivering their well wishes to the public. In Taiwan, at the ceremony in Taoyuan, volunteers promoted eco-friendly products and delicious vegetarian food on site. Meanwhile, at the event in Taichung, a care recipient's inspiring story was brought on stage.
Care recipient Mr. Du, who scavenges for a living, is usually untidy and filthy. But today he has a date with Tzu Chi volunteers who have come to take him to Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony. The volunteers first got him a haircut and then dressed him up.
I'm very surprised because I have never seen him dressed up so neatly.
Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for Mr. Du's family for 11 years, starting when Mr. Du's father was still alive. Their assistance is much needed because Mr. Du is mentally challenged and his son grew up in an orphanage.
Thank you for helping my family. I'd like to help others in need within my own means.
Helping other less fortunate people is also the wish of another care recipient, Ms. Huang. Her life story is being portrayed in a play at the year-end blessing ceremony. Tzu Chi volunteers reach out to Ms. Huang after the passing of her husband, who was paralyzed by a car accident. In addition, her love for her son also helped her get through the tough times.
I do not feel lonely at all now. I'm in a big Tzu Chi family. After I overcame my grief, I became a traffic police volunteer because I hope all pedestrians can stay safe and not lose their loved ones to auto accidents.
Learning of Ms. Huang's life story, the ceremony attendees are brought to tears. Witnessing how impermanence can affect a family, they also learn to cherish their own blessings and families. Another year-end blessing ceremony is held at Taoyuan Jing Hall, where 4 Dharma masters from the Jing abode led the attendees to make good vows before the new year.
Reduce the use of disposable items. Try to lead a simple life and reuse things. Cherish resources.
To give items extended use, volunteers also sell shopping bags made from umbrella fabric and scrap cloth outside the Jing Hall.
We can carry things in a handbag that costs $6,000 or this bag that only costs less than $2. This looks quite nice.
Some other volunteers also made desserts called blessing and wisdom oatmeal cake for the ceremony attendees.
The taste is light and not very sweet. It is good for health. It tastes like it is health food.
With creativity, Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony is not only a religious activity, but an event that promotes practical living and humanistic culture.
Last year, students of Xinsi Elementary School in Tainan held a book drive for the children taken under the wing of Army 24 Care Center in Africa. This year, some of these African children were able to make their way to Taiwan to meet their benefactors. We join this memorable reunion at the end of today's program. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.